Hello, everybody. All right. Been a while since I've actually done a long form video. Been a while indeed. All right. First thing you're going to notice is going to be at least some editing. But we're talking about the new spooky month. But first, we're going to talk. Well, and I'm just going to go over some things. Now, I remember when I watched Spooky Month, I would always look for the lore and everything. So I understand the lore pretty well. But I did watch Mr. Wildcard's videos on it. Get a refresh, but I believe he did miss some things that I feel are very important. Like when he was talking about the book, there was this little code thing up there, which was a bunch of lines, 62, a bunch more lines, which may add to another code. I have to keep that in mind. Something you never mentioned, though, was the spider that appears every time the mannequin does. Not every time. But you'll probably notice it more in Spooky Months after watching the 6th Spooky Month episode. Because think about it, right? Is that I didn't notice the spider too often. But I realized that in the first few occasions where in most of the occasions where the mannequin appears, so does the spider, or something of the spider appears with it. For example, like the first time the mannequin appears, not the first time, in the background there's a cobweb with a weird cocoon. That's something the spider probably did. Another time where the mannequin appeared was when I believe during Unwanted Guests, I believe that's what it was called. Hold on. Yeah, I believe it was Unwanted Guests. It was the one with the doll. Pretty sure Unwanted Guests may have been... Yeah, Unwanted Guests is the wrong one. It was the Smiling Fella episode, I believe, where it showed the mannequin and there was this big spider on the roof. If I do find the image, I will give you it. But overall, most of the lore has already been covered, but I'm just here to go over stuff Spooky Month 6. Again, go watch Mr. Wildcard's already existing videos on it. Maybe check out this guy called Pretty Cool Banana. He does a lot of important stuff, but the main thing that I have to say is that the preacher in the newest Spooky Month, right? I don't know if he's dead, but something I have realized is that I always thought when Pump's eyes turned green, it was just him being more aware, but now I realize it's more of like a danger sense. And after watching Mr. Wildcard's videos, it's more like a paranormal sense, like when something paranormal happens. Also, you know how Bob ate the amulet? The reason he had the amulet, I feel like, is... At first, I was like, he probably just ate a cult member and ate the amulet, because that would just be funny. Then again, a lot of my points are being covered in Mr. Wildcard's videos and whatnot. But on to the actual 6th episode that I watched. From what I remember, the main things is that one, we finally got to see the bottom half of the demon dude, Malik, whatever his name was. Yeah, got to see the bottom half of him. And in the end credits, not the end credit scene, but in the end credits, the credits of the video, the way it made everything look is as if the eyes of the universe were almost like gummed while Malik was the devil. Which kind of gets furthered in the last part where the preacher does get sacrificed. Because the preacher seems like now that the preacher knows about the cult and the demons and whatnot, the preacher seems like a pretty big ordeal. Now, something I do ask is, what does Malik actually have to do with the cult? Probably nothing. He's just another thing. Also, a big question that Mr. Wildcard had was why Skid wasn't affected by eyes. Well, that was probably because his dad is a part of the cult, or in charge of the cult, and my theory is the people who are a part of the cult are unaffected, which doesn't really make much sense. But if the demon was the leader of the cult, or perhaps the author of the book, which is maybe possible, then that would make a lot of sense that his direct offspring would also be immune. So that's that. Now, do I think the preacher died? I really don't know, because the preacher was actually trying to help the boys, Skid and Pum, and honestly, I don't think Eyes killed him. If he did, I'm wrong, but I don't think he would, because the preacher was trying to help the boys, and Eyes does want the boys to be safe and whatnot, because he is spying on them. If you look at the stars, you'll see his eyes every now and again. That's a pretty recurring thing. But overall, I don't think the preacher's dead. And there isn't much lore I could find in the Spooky Month 6. Maybe I'll rewatch it, see what I can find. Overall, I couldn't find anything. Most of the big lore points were covered in the videos I recommended to you. I don't really feel like summarizing it all, but yeah. My big questions, though, that I may answer is, like, what is the demon Malik, whatever his name was, have to do with the cult? Like, realistically, does he even have anything to do with the cult? Like, I don't think he does. But the mannequin, though, who is the mannequin? That's a big question. It's either the father of Skid, perhaps it's the creator of the cult. Who knows? But a big thing to me that wasn't in Mr. Wildcard's video was the very fact that he didn't mention everything. How in Lila's Attic there's pictures of everything. Well, not everything, but like there's a picture that stated "You are everything," which signifies the dad being the leader of the cult. The thing about it is that the dad is the leader in the cult, probably, most likely. I'm assuming. Right. Didn't even mean to do that. But basically, because the father is leader of the cult, I believe that he installed the idea of everything or whatnot. Granted, this video isn't really that insightful. Most of the information has been covered by the videos I've mentioned, but I just wanted to give him my 2 cents, and I could cover it all, but I kind of lost the motivation because, one, it's already been done so, well, good, that honestly I don't think I could really add anything to it, so really I'm just adding on to things that I didn't see covered too much. Honestly, there aren't many videos about Spooky Month 6, lore-wise, because I don't think there is much to cover. But I will see. I will, in fact, see. I will. I keep repeating the same thing. But, like, yeah. So, yeah, that's about it. I don't think I got anything else to say. But, yeah, that's goodbye. Okay, guys, something I completely forgot to mention. The entire reason I brought up the spider surrounding the cobweb was because, one, the spider was always with the mannequin, or cobwebs were always with the mannequin, surrounding the mannequin, which made me believe that the mannequin may not even be actually possessed. That it's not even really possessed. It's just that the spider is moving it around. And that it's not even the mannequin that's actually possessed. Rather, the spider is possessed. Because, one, you can clearly see that the spider had blue... Oh, not clearly, but I'm pretty sure the spider had blue eyes. I'll put the image up or whatnot. Because the spider had blue eyes, I have a theory that the mannequin's not the thing possessed, but the spider is possessed, and it's just moving the mannequin around. Because the mannequin always has some cobwebs on it, which the spider just could be using to push it. The spider's always surrounding... There's something... The spider, while not always being directly with the mannequin, there are signs the spider has been around the mannequin, like the cobwebs and whatnot. So, yeah, that's just add another minute to the watch time. But, yeah. I did kind of forget to say that one. But yeah, the spider might be the one that's possessed, not the mannequin. Though I'm pretty sure the mannequin is possessed. It's just the spider has something to do with it.